It has not started
We are
yet.
live. Hello, everybody. Hello, Jason. Hello, anybody watching. Welcome to Allatour. We got to address the elephant in the room. Sadly, Darby will not be joining us tonight. Why did the music? What the fuck?
Yeah, the music's not playing.
It's playing before. Wait, hold on.
Gaslight, gaslight, gaslight.
What's happening here?
Gaslight.
Womp womp.
Your love bombing me.
Yeah, so sadly, I also have something in my fucking eye. So sadly, Darby's not going to be joining us due to a... like, literally, we were talking, we were doing our little warm-up before we started streaming, and they were like, I'm not feeling good, and we were going, absolutely, we democratically went, are we going to be playing tonight, yay or nay? And Darby said, go on, everyone else wanted to play, so here we are. Hello, Forge of Lore! Yes, appreciate you guys stopping by. Go ahead and just lurk. We have a great table, just crawl right under, get all cozy, get up around our calves, and just relax.
We left some fruit snacks down there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So...
I'm having one of those Nature Valley bars that just crumbles the moment you bite into it, so you're gonna get some of the crumbs of that.
Let us know if you need help opening the Capri Suns, okay? I'm an expert at this
We
point.
see just a hand come up with a Capri Sun.
It comes out of Darby's frame.
How?
Wait, why is the music not playing?
I don't know. Misadventures of Wax One.
Okay, and also, by the way, I'm letting people know this now. Not every time that someone misses a section, they will get a misadventures.
That's the track record we've been running with.
I just want to point out that some of us have perfect attendance and have never gotten to do a misadventure.
Well, because I'll also say, like, if people let me know, hey, I'm having a pretty bad time and I can't, and like for whatever reason, medically or mentally, I can't make it to D&D, I will whip up something special and make their life. What the fuck's going on over here? The music keeps stopping.
What do you mean the Seder name generator is down?
Wait, this might be a problem. Wait.
Maybe just make a new link.
I think
yes, Jason, you get it. You get it. You get me.
Let me just, honestly, I'm just gonna have to make a new room. So we're just gonna sit here and just chat for a little bit as I'm doing this.
Okay,
good.
I'm excited to rename my room name as Rum Tum Tug.
Also, my CPU's at 23% usage. What the fuck's going on tonight?
Have you restarted it? I hear great things happening. Restart your PC.
We're back to 7. What's going on here? Okay, so let me copy
Super
this
Road
link.
hit everybody in a weird way.
Okay, so I copy this link.
My Bluetooth wasn't working, and so I literally was like weeping, like I don't, the option isn't there. And then it was just like restart your PC, and I was like, okay, and then it was fine.
When in doubt, restart or just shut down and turn back on.
Misadventures of Drew, the DM.
That's just me sitting and just clacking on a Google Drive. What buffs can I give myself? McClover, welcome in. Yeah, guys, feel free to lurk. Feel free to just hang out. We appreciate the viewership. But you all will keep me company during my overtime. Well, best of luck in your overtime, McClover.
Way to make us feel so like sorry, that might have sounded sarcastic. I don't mean it that way. That makes me feel so special that somebody's like,
that's
fuck, I'm in overtime.
That's so sweet.
This thing cheers me up, and it's our dumbasses. Aww.
That's
bloop, bloop, bloop.
fucking rad. Thank you guys for the support as always. Welcome to the table. Curl up, get comfortable, and hopefully it's gonna be a good time. Okay.
I put some blankies under the table, and there's like a whole little pillow for you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what
there's
else?
some lo-fi beats playing out of the JBL clip hooked to the table.
It's so loud. Hold on. God, everything. God, I don't like change. Change is bad.
I would love
I
would love a Misadventures Drew that's just Drew doing all the NPCs talking to each other.
At that point, I should just write a fucking book.
Misadventures, but it's the conversations that the Duke and Rocky and him have. We leave them on their boats.
You know, those are the most fucking like. So, the weather today.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh no, the Rahi and Duke have a great relationship where it's very like Wolverine, Deadpool, where Rahi is just like, I hate everything all the time, and the Duke is like, I love life and I love making jokes, and Rahi just kind of smacks him. Like they have a good time. They're an odd couple. God, and what was the last fucking soundtrack that I had pulled up for this? I literally can't remember.
It was I think it was Dark Castle.
Rain.
Is that what it was?
Bardify Thunder.
We got
it was Dark Castle.
No, it was Bardify Thunderstorm, of course.
Yeah.
I forget.
All day, every day.
Drew, I believe it was
love-
House of the Rising Sun.
I think just immediately
It was
struck
the
the fucking-
Eurobeats Freebird song.
Yeah. I believe it was Storyteller.
That's funny. What's good, Gab? If you want to lurk around,
Hello.
but also if you haven't seen Misadventures, Misadventures Her, it was chaotic. We were both pissing
so
ourselves
good.
laughing in the first half an hour. So yeah, the music's
so
paused.
good.
Why is okay? Wait, I paused it. Wait, okay, now I'm the culprit.
Am I the
And
problem?
when was the last
Think
time?
I'm having such a great time with this.
Same.
Just hanging out? Yeah, hold on, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dean.
It was Dark Castle, Drew.
No, it wasn't. It
My
was
favorite.
I found it.
My favorite thing is making Kate laugh so hard she peaks her mic.
Yeah.
Should I move my mic away?
No, I
Okay.
love it.
Well, no, because
Okay.
It's like no. I'm funny.
I'm actually gonna turn my mic down a little bit because I think I'm a little bit. Yeah. So, Gab, just to update you, we've been in contact with Darby basically all day. They haven't been feeling well, and so we were in like our little like pre-stream, like get our heads in the game. And Darby, like mid-sentence, goes, "I can't do this tonight." And
Yeah.
we were so proud of them. We were so happy. However, we democratically voted, and Darby said, "Continue on without us." Everyone else wanted to play, and so we are now playing. So that's what the current situation is.
Welcome to 10-minute Power Hour. I'm Danny.
I
I
don't
don't
wanna
want to
do
do
this.
this.
Do this.
It was this.
Witness me.
It's caught.
Look at me. Look at me.
Caught.
God. Oh my god. What's it? Boss, have you seen the one where they try out like gross toys?
I think so. I think yeah.
You know the one where they're moving the little thing on his hand? He's like, come on!
I just think about the one where it's like take a bath.
Take a bath.
Take it back.
But it's not working, so it's just Aaron repeating take a bath over and over again. I love their toy review of like for girls.
Oh yeah.
I love. Are they the ones who get like really excited by the ice skating Barbie?
Probably. That
Yes,
tracks.
that's the one, yeah.
That absolutely tracks.
Okay, so what is making my CPU jump to 65% usage? Hold on, I gotta check this out.
Your
It's
mom!
OBS? How
65?
is OBS that high?
Maybe you need to update OBS.
Well, no, so sorry, my bad. It's Opera, I just read it wrong. What if I go into here?
You had the problem last night too?
Yeah.
Memory limiter? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Download more RAM.
Download more RAM.
Oh, would that not help?
Well, you can't download RAM. That's a physical part of your computer.
Okay.
It's
Got
hard,
it.
like it's like hard memory, so like
Yeah, just download it off the
Physical
black
memory.
web. No big deal.
Off of
the black web.
Yeah.
The dark web, my love.
It's also called the dark web. So
Yeah.
Dark web.
You sounded like such a mom there.
I like the Wii.
Do not sell marijuana to my husband. Okay.
Okay. Do not.
oh, it's because Opera was getting boosted to like 60%
Darkest of
usage.
webs.
So I just limited that. This should be fine now. Guys, we're gonna play D&D eventually, I swear.
Yeah. No, we know. I hear
Ooh,
music.
There we go. I hear music.
I hear, or maybe it's the ocean. Maybe we're having the same stroke.
It's the ocean. It's the ocean.
Can you imagine? I hear the ocean. Kate, the Watch Together is not playing. Oh no.
Oh god. Okay, so now
I smell burnt toast.
so now is the audio good?
Yes. Actually, I will confirm.
Okay, perfect. Am I gonna finish the popcorn before they start? Yeah, exactly. When the popcorn's over, the movie's finished. So I recommend getting more of it. I
What
don't
did you
know
see
how
at the
long we're gonna be.
movies?
This is gonna be our first ever like stream in probably like 4 months, where we spent like 15 minutes just dicking around, not doing anything D&D related.
Oh yeah.
A little loud, but not terrible.
Too blur.
Wait, you want it
Leave her
louder?
alone.
Okay,
No.
I'm making it louder.
We don't need cheap viewers.
Oh my god, guys,
We're
the
not
link.
doing
Everybody put the
anything.
link right now. No, I'm gonna block them. Yeah, can we get Rulebo angers in chat for this piece of shit? There we go.
Do you ever think that bots are like, I'm just doing what I was told?
like telemarketers.
Okay, so how's the music now? The music good?
Sounds good to me.
I can jack it up all the way so we just can't hear anything but the waves.
I'm drowning!
Wait,
what?
Good? No. Gab, what?
I think she meant, like, don't raise it more.
Okay, good, excellent. It was
too loud.
What does that mean? Wait, now? Like, currently?
No, Drew, before
wait.
Before she said that it was a little loud but not terrible.
Yes, Jason, so it is supposed to be the ocean. Excellent, that's where we're starting. And I assume it sounds good now. Kate, can you confirm?
Yes, I confirmed. It sounds good.
Okay, awesome, sick. So, we are 30 minutes late, so we're right on time. So, do you guys want to play some D&D?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Any other insanity we want to get out beforehand?
Nor.
Okay. Okay, well then with that, we're going to hop right in. Oh, it's up.
Wait. Yes.
Oh, it didn't pick up. Damn it.
Oh,
Fuck!
Gotta go open another one.
Yep.
You gotta go open another one till it picks up.
Okay. So, super fast, D&D, we're gonna pick up right with, so you, it was ping now, whatever. And we're gonna pick up, with, Cherie and Winter Scott Key on the beach. That sound good?
Yeah.
I'm so ready to take notes.
But first and foremost, we're gonna have a deep and cleansing breath. That sound good?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, then please join me. All right, and everything after the breath is canon. And as a quick honor to our fallen comrade, I'm going to put this on the board very quickly so that Darby has it when they get back. Darby, you get some inspiration. Hopefully you're feeling better, man.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Now, I didn't want to write a recap, so here's what we're going to do. 10 words. Kate, can you recap last session in 10 words?
Oh, man. Can I have prep time?
No prep time.
No prep? Okay.
What are you, Iron Man in a hypothetical? Like...
Okay. Let me try my best here. Okay.
Oh.
I can do it.
Oh. Do it. Yeah, you do it. No, you do it. You do
Go
it.
ahead, Moss.
Okay.
Do it.
Big fight. We won. Odd couple paintings. Cherie and Winter.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, that makes
Nice.
sense.
Could not have done it better myself.
So again, after the battle of the 4 months, it was always the 4 months. Fuck you if you believe otherwise. After that, we were able to
gaslight.
We were able to kill Oral the Collector and all of his vampiric spawn. You guys were able to rescue Higgy and Winter Scott Key and Winter Scott Key's 2 kids. And then, from there, escape from different paintings, all kind of being odd coupled together. Wax and Emma and Chloe, Higgy and Hathor, and at least most relevant for right now, Cherie and Winter Scott Key. Winter Scott Key having just cracked a coconut open with his vampiric strength, handing half of it over to Cherie. As Winter Scott Key sits down underneath a single palm tree island. They're all in magical paintings, by the way. Sits down. The exit is maybe 100 yards out into the sea, like a little window back into reality. And Winter Scott Key sits down and asks Cherie, "What do you want to know?"
Everything.
Okay. The Coven, up until a few months ago, was just spawn. Wizards, bat monsters, whatever versions of us they could get their hands on, and their leader. He's a changeling spellcaster of some kind, named Entre Nous. And the translation of that is between us. Between Us explained that about 800 years ago, at the castle with no name, the leaders of Allatour, the previous leaders, they were betrayed by the beings of the material plane. All of them, the heads of all the families, were poisoned by their servants and vassals as the leaders kind of gathered in a way similar to the Harvest Festival. And the humans then went around afterwards and began wiping out all traces of Fey leadership. I assume you've seen in the Udus that you've seen some like Fey relics towards the like buried away, used in like abstract decoration.
Yes.
Most likely that's hiding something, or it's just a bastardization of what its true purpose was near millennia ago. During this oh, what's up?
I'm so sorry. I was adjusting my camera while you were talking. What did they cleared out all the phase from the castles?
Yeah, yeah. So basically, just to quickly summarize, you're all good. We're all over the fucking place.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You are so okay. It is no problem at all. Basically, between us is a changeling spellcaster of some kind that is the current like leader of the coven. He's like the head honcho basically.
Yeah.
And that 800 years ago, the like Fey leaders like Sheriato Pavalakwa, like this bat folk, they were all poisoned by their like human subjects and like human lords in like a coup, which the humans and like the lords then took over the castles and began wiping out all traces of Fey ownership, Fey leadership, and Fey history.
Got it. Cool. Keep going.
And yeah, and so on your adventures so far, that's why like all of these Fey creatures you've been running into are like from a different age entirely. They like basically their entire history has been wiped out, and only remnants of it remain in like the castles, and then in like ruins that are unexplored, basically.
Gotcha.
Winter Scott Key then says, between us also explained that they killed their own royal champion, too. A defender that was employed or provided to the humans that was meant to be a balancing act against the Fae. They were, from all the accounts that I've seen, they were a monster hunter, they were prolific, and they just wiped out everyone in one fell swoop to have a pure, calm, and peaceful nation. Now, what's up? Yes?
Between us kills their champion?
No. So, oddly, from all of the records that I've seen, between at least from what I saw within the Castle of No Name before it was destroyed, between us wasn't at the banquet. From the setup that I saw, it was all of the corpses of all of the Fey leaders that had withered away, just being skeletal facsimiles of themselves. But between us wasn't there. He didn't have a seat at the table. And so I'm not sure if between us wasn't invited, if between us... I couldn't say. But the humans killed their own champion, and the lords ruling them. Now, there is a rumor going around that as everyone realized what was happening and started panicking, trying to solve this in some way, that this great warrior was so furious at this betrayal that they struck out with their sword and with such power carved a hole, like a slit through the veil. And that's why the castle, that's why the towns and the villages near the castle with no name have more Fey or even Shadowfell properties. But that is just a rumor.
What was the name of this champion?
I can't find anything. It seems that the current lords, the LaCroix, the Entrees, the Bassets, the Dubois, the Renois, all of them have done an excellent job. At least they've had 800 years to do it. They have erased all traces of Allatour history before 800 years ago?
Insight check.
Go ahead. Yeah.
18.
With an 18, what, so because I don't want to say like, oh, he's telling the truth. Why are you looking like? So what are you trying to glean from this? Why do you think he'd hide something?
Just because of who he is and his nature, Shuri is naturally untrustworthy of him, and so, and because she asked for everything, and the fact that he can't give her everything, is cause for suspect. So she's specifically looking into the fact that he doesn't know the name of this champion.
Okay, that definitely makes a lot of sense. I think fits well with like Shuri's mindset, but just being totally honest, within 18, him not even rolling deception, it seems that you asked for everything, you spared his life, and like you guys were mortal enemies. What, 5 hours ago, and now you guys are like tentative allies. He has no reason. It seems like Winter Scott Key doesn't care about this and has no reason to hide it from you. He's gonna tell you everything that he knows personally, and if there are like certain like nuggets that he's not like keen to, it's just a matter of they're not accessible to him or weren't relevant to his job, basically.
Okay, gotcha.
So to summarize what we already know, as things start to catch up to modern day, between us commanded his vampires to kill my husband months after they turned me. They let me get away, set up a life for myself, and they killed my husband. And they threatened to kill Emma and Chloe if I didn't do an impossible task for them. They needed me to get the necklace of the pillars. Between us told me it was an ancient gauntlet from 800 years ago, manufactured in Point de Pilar, and that my blood could activate its magical properties. Now, my immediate objection was, why couldn't F go and do it? And between us seemed to have knowledge that that wouldn't work, that she'd be detected too easily. So, and he kind of looks down to his right foot, and he looks to his cane. After everything that happened, I teleported back to the castle with no name, and handed over the diamonds. And again, around this large banquet table, some slumped over, some like making their way towards the door, others with their hands in like these, I could only assume like kind of bent and like cracked and kind of like frozen, like trying to cast spells on themselves. There were the withered corpses of the previous lords of Allatour. I watched as he put the diamonds around each of their necks, kind of attaching them to like small little necklaces, and then began some kind of ritual on them. And as he was doing this ritual, casting spells, he bit their necks simultaneously. And I watched as their skeletons, their muscle, their sinew, their blood, and their skin and their fur returned to them. Any questions so far?
In game or out of game?
But both. Anything I can clarify for either of you?
Wait, so the bodies of the Fey Lords of Allatour were just in the castle?
Yep.
And so the ritual basically between us put the life back into them?
Yep.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Putting into context, like, just like how all these Fey creatures woke up, like, basically, because of what Winter Scott Key did, all these Fey creatures began to kind of arising throughout Allatour. Like, Sheriato Pavalakwa and this Batfolk, they weren't alive, they weren't brought back until a couple of months ago. Like, they haven't been, it seems that Between Us has been orchestrating all of this for years from what you know from F. F's been around for, what, at least 30, 40 years at this point? So this has been in the works for a while now.
So between us means to return Allatour to its former glory?
I believe so. At least that's his plan. I intend to be long gone by the time that he wins or loses. But it seems that, I mean, I guess it makes sense that the immediate reaction was, so he brought all these people back. The initial shock and the hatred of what happened to them came flooding back to them. And there was there was mixed reactions all around, Spawn guarding between us, and he explained the entire situation to them. And there was disbelief at first. There was several hours of questions, but they all remembered what happened, and they all remembered how they were betrayed, and they set their sights on getting their homes back. He looks to you and says, would you want to know anything about any of the ones that came back that you haven't seen so far?
Yes, given that you have not told me everything.
Okay. Give me a castle, and I'll tell you everything that I know about the person that was the person that I saw.
Tell me about this one.
He looks to like around the painting. He kind of like puts his hand into the sand, and he looks to you and says, "That folk's name is Set Bow."
How do you spell that?
S-E-T space and then B-E-A-U. And give me a quick just intelligence check. I think you just put it together. Yeah. He looks at you and goes, "Yep. Yeah. It's messed up."
So these humans are descendants of these Fey Lords, or took their names?
From the fairy tales that I was able to dig up, again, like kind of mixing it with history, it seemed that the humans and the Fey creatures of Allatour, they lived together, but humans were more of a subservient class because of the Fey's naturally occurring magical properties. At least to me, from what I was able to read, with all the stories of kind of like tavern maids and like servant girls becoming grand princesses, I would imagine that like the humans were more of like a servant class, like a lower class within like the hierarchy than what so imagine it being if there's a castle, humans were like the common-born, the servants. Fays were like vassals and lords, and there were the proper lords, like the rulers of the castles and like of the lands. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I guess they did not account for human ingenuity and spite.
No, they did not.
So, what I can tell you right now is Set is an incredibly talented wizard. And outside of him being artistically gifted, hates loud noises, hates light, and is obsessive. Incredibly so. And you already met Sherrietto, I'd imagine.
Yes.
So, which one do you want next? I got the Dubois, I got the Renoirs.
What about the LaCroix?
A couple. In tandem. Laura and Credo Roy. Laura Roy is a frog folk barbarian, and Credo Roy is a swan folk cleric. They're symbiotic. They do everything together. They literally finish each other's sentences. Does make sense, though. Udus being an island castle defended by a lake moat.
They're a cleric, and what else?
A cleric and a barbarian. Would you want their armor class and hit point totals as well? I was able to see their character sheets. No, I don't have that. Sorry. I don't play D&D 5th edition.
I requested all the information you have. You will give it to me.
I can't see the code of the computer. I apologize.
The what?
Exactly.
What else do you know about them?
The day after the meeting, they plan to get married. I can only imagine that the only emotion that matched the intensity of the hatred of the betrayal would have been the longing to finally to have their love solidified and recognized properly.
Seems they are on their way to that, from what I've heard.
He kind of like cocks his head. What have you heard?
You intend to be long gone before any of this occurs. Or does it matter to you?
He kind of looks to you, kind of like shakes a little bit and goes, "Oh yeah, I don't care at all. Yeah, don't tell me anything. Sure, yeah."
I'm merely repeating back what you said to me.
Okay, brass tacks. Acknowledging that this is all incredibly dangerous and nonsensical and fantastical and fucking moronic. It is a little bit entertaining. It's a little bit interesting.
I suppose you can call a challenge interesting.
And best of luck with that challenge. So, heading down to the south of Udus, we have the Dubois Castle. Buoy Du, a wormfolk druid, a silkworm druid, mixed with some arachnid tendencies, but frequented the deep pine forests, like the evergreen forests. What was it called? The ancient glade. Frequent of the ancient glade in the royal forests around I believe it's Travel-du is the castle name. Commander of all things natural. Well, speaking of natural, moving on to the Renoir Castle, a bunny folk. Not a rabbit folk, I'm talking like a white rabbit, like I'm talking like albino, like red eyes, like white fur, everything. A bunny folk monk. Love getting up in people's business. Very small though, kind of adorable. About 2 feet, 2.5 feet tall, and moved as quick as a bullet. And their name was Rennie Why So Small. Oh, and also Deadshot Dread and him are totally unrelated. just so you know.
I figured.
Okay.
I figured.
No, it's totally. So Moss, good observation. Rabbit folk, totally unrelated. Yeah, that's why I said bunny folk, because I'm like, they're not the same species. They're not the same person. That'd be crazy if one of the main villains of this campaign was doing coke with pirates and slavers in another campaign.
With one of the main like players in Zonway,
yeah. And finally, best for last, a Loxodon warlock by the name of Muna Vin. So, after between us brought everyone back. The person who reacted most strongly was Muna. She seemed to be a pretty emotional creature, kind of like just, I mean, reacting from the heart with everything she said and everything she did. And we all walked through this long since kind of bricked over entranceway, and we entered into a main chamber like in the Western Mountain that held this enormous dragon statue. And Muna, with this red crystal around her neck, she approached the dragon and sat by its head, put the crystal in this like strange notch that fit perfectly. So she put the crystal like into the dragon's head, and then she just wept for an hour. She was just in agony, screaming, tears streaming down her face. And after an hour, the stone of the dragon began to crack. And as the stone began to fall off of the statue, as it began to crumble, the stone was just a film encasing an ancient red dragon. The moment that we all saw the glow come from the nostrils of this dragon as it began to wake up, everyone began to flee, Muna included, turning into bats, running away as fast as they could, being escorted out by F or Spawn or between us, everyone headed for the hills, the plan being given to everyone. And between us said my reward for my service was cleansing fire and knowing that my children were going to be okay. So I dug deep. I rubbed more of my blood onto the bracelet, and I hoped. And then I woke up face down in the sand. Luckily, about 150 miles away from the Sandy Mile, from the village where Emma and Chloe were. Hitched my way back, cart here, horse there, grabbed my kids and ran. Kept running, and now I'm here.
Which castle did Muna Vin control?
The castle with no name.
And what of between us?
I'm gonna do a quick roll very quickly. With a 19 on the die, I'm gonna say that you're able to put this together, and he's also able to put this together. As he looks at you, and you both kind of realize this at the same moment, the castle that hasn't been mentioned so far is Castle Untitled, the capital of this nation.
Mm-hmm. They didn't see it fit to take their revenge themselves.
From what I gathered from between us, he's a very patient man. He's been working towards this, amassing strength, putting together strategies, watching as generations came and left, waiting for the most vulnerable time in this nation's history. And I think, well, why fight 6 different battles on land that you may not understand when you can have 6 loyal soldiers motivated to set things right, who understand their battlefields better than anyone else?
Of course. Was he the one who turned you?
F had that privilege.
Mm. She's alive. If you care to know.
Why?
In a dungeon in Herb Corte, I imagine she will not awaken for some time, but she lives.
Her loyalty always confused me.
I can understand that. What would you know about loyalty?
I have two examples right out there.
And how do you intend to protect them?
By being stronger and faster than anyone that comes at us. And by getting as far away from here as possible.
Where would you go?
It's a nat one. He goes, nothing really happens in Horcry. We could disappear into the arbor. That'd be endless adventure for them. Although I'm sure I've heard about the underhand. They need strong fighters. Having someone that can't die seems pretty useful.
So you have no concrete plan, is what I'm hearing.
No, of course I don't. Of course I don't. I've been making all this up for the last 2 months.
Then how can you tell yourself you're protecting them?
Well, the alternative was Oral turning me into a monster and forcing me to consume both of them. Every day that they're still breathing is a yesterday that I did right.
And what about tomorrow?
You kind of watch as he gets like a little bit bashful, like he gets kind of like confrontational, but in the way where he like, like this is clearly like hitting a nerve for him in a way. And I think with your passive insight, you're able to kind of recognize that it seems that because he mentioned Spring to you before, his husband, it seemed that planning was more Spring's forte, and Winter Scott Key was not a father for as long as Spring was, and at least in the traditional sense, is not nearly as prepared as he should be.
One of these days, those girls are going to ask where they're going, where you're taking them. What are you going to say to them?
He stands up and he goes, "It's a 100-yard swim. We can climb up out of the water. We can help each other out."
You're doing them a grand disservice.
What do you fucking suggest? You have so many grand ideas. You got it all figured out? Royal lady, royal protector of one of the most powerful families in this nation.
If we survive, I was going to suggest to bringing you to that powerful family. They are under influence from Laura and Frida Roy. I imagine they would not bat an eye at the most wanted man Allatour strutting amongst their gates.
So you want to turn me in?
No. not for your children, I can bring you to a friend of mine. A friend who understood me, and given some time, once he snaps out of this trance he's been placed under, I believe he'll understand you as well. And will do what he can, at the very least, for your children, to help.
I don't want to ask for a persuasion roll. I want, Kate, if you would, please explain why Cherie is offering this to him.
It's for the same reason she didn't kill F the proper way.
Okay.
In that with F, she saw too much of herself, literally, to kill her. But with Winter Scott Key, she didn't think she would have that problem until she saw his kids and that he was trying to protect something, which is another thing that she saw in herself. And she wants to honor the debts she's accrued throughout her time in Allatour, and she thinks the way to do that is to give people like F and Winter Scott Key the second chance that she was given.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Just as our last little conversation here, because I do want to pull Moss in once we're done with this. Winter Scott Key looks at you and says, he kind of struts away from you a bit, like to the shore. The water kind of laps up on his boots, and he looks over his shoulder and says, "So who is it for you? Who made you want to keep going?"
First,
whoever's most relevant.
it was the friend I'm hoping to introduce you to. Inudus.
And why did he give you a chance?
You'll have to ask him yourself. I do not know the answer to that.
Okay. I think I will. If there are no vessels that can be chartered out of here, then once we're done here, I'll make my way over to Udus. I'll stay on the outskirts of the castle and wait for you to arrive.
We are traveling there imminently, from Jolie Pierre. If your daughters would like company.
I don't know a lot about kids, but I think we're reaching the part of the road trip where we're all ready to rip each other's throats out. I think they'd appreciate other company.
Well, that makes sense, given the company they found themselves in.
Okay, let's start swimming, you dick. As he...
There is a perfectly good rowboat. You are within your right to swim, but I intend to paddle.
He looks over, and there's literally... did I describe a rowboat last time?
I thought you did.
Well, also, you can just create stuff with your mind. Well,
Oh,
he,
yeah.
He looks over, and there's no rowboat, and he goes, "You crazy bitch, there's no rowboat." A rowboat is just built right in front of him. He goes, "What the fuck was that?"
That is the magic of this castle. Thanks to Set Bow. That. Oh, you're rolling a dice.
He looks down at his foot. And he focuses really hard. He can see a vein pop out on his forehead. And he just goes...
The magic only extends so far.
You fucking... Get in. I'm rowing. You're also rowing.
No, that can be yours. And I will unfurl Water Me, the toy boat I was given at Herb Corte, and I'll place it in the water.
I'm so happy it's being used. Oh my god, what was her name? I'm literally blanking on it right now. It came from the woman.
Pyrrha?
Well,
Pyrrha?
Pyrrha, yes. The little toy boat from Pyrrha. As you take out the toy boat and you, as it just like kind of like makes a small little drip in the water, it and expands to the size of a full rowboat, enough for like 4 people to sit in. As he goes, you've been having a lot of fun, I can see. Getting new toys.
I've met a variety of people on my travels.
And I bet you will meet many more.
I point to the imaginary rowboat. I point to the imaginary rowboat. No, that one is for you. This one is for me.
That's the one that I'm in.
Just making sure.
As he begins paddling away.
I get in my rowboat and I paddle after him.
Okay, easy peasy. You guys are able to paddle up right underneath the little window. The little window back into reality. You're able to stand up, grab on, touch the window out, and become ink blots, and then rematerialize back in the real world. How's that, Kate? We touched on everything?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Then we're gonna switch over. We're gonna switch to music. Please work.
I hear it.
Absolutely perfect. We return back into the main experimental chamber of Jolie Pierre. Allatour, Wax, Cherie, Winter Scott Key, Emma and Chloe, and Higgy all reappear in just in reappearing from these paintings as you all reform. You're all able to look back and you're able to see that the reason that these paintings were selected, these were the paintings that Higgy had the runes painted on, but that you guys saw when you initially came into this chamber. You are able to rematerialize. Cherie, you smell of sea wind and like salt water. Allatour, you are and Higgy are dripping wet with rain. And Wax coming through with Emma and Chloe. All of them have like little bits of like leaves and like fall like on their bodies. As Wax is just tired and is gonna just lay down in this chamber. He's just gonna go and just gonna curl up on a ball and just go, I'm tired, and just go to bed. Just fully don't talk, but don't worry about it.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad.
You
keep
killing. Okay. With that, you guys are able to reconvene together. Again, pitch black. Only those with dark vision can see properly. And to the rest of you, all you're able, to those that you can't see in the dark, the only sense that works is hearing, as you're able to hear this bat folk kind of and it's kind of like skulking around somewhere in this chamber with you.
Can I do a 360?
Yeah, sure. You are able to look over and see that this batfolk by the name of Set Bow is currently holding on to the painting of the Battle of the 4 Months and is like correcting it, and you're able to kind of peer in and see that he is painting over the bodies of all of the creatures that you guys killed to perfect the painting once again.
Gotcha. I'm just writing this down. And is he acknowledging us, or is he just hyper focused on this.
Oh, he is hyper focused on the painting. He doesn't. Arguably, as long as you guys are quiet, he might not even know that you're here.
Okay. Keeping my voice low. Is everyone all right? I convey in a whisper to what Winterskaki told me about set bow. As long as we keep our voices down and keep the lights low, so long as he is focused on that painting, he will pay us no mind.
And in order to help us like sneak out of here, could I use my last spell slot to cast silence on my charm?
So it'd move with you.
Yeah.
You may absolutely do that. How long does that last?
It lasts. Oh dang. Give me a second. My iPad died halfway through.
I want to guess an hour. I think it's one of those spells.
An hour's a while though, so.
Or maybe it's concentration.
I don't have it prepared.
Oh, nuts.
It's 10 minutes concentration.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have it prepared. I also only have one first level spell slot left, so I wouldn't have been able to cast it anyways.
Yep. Set rolled a nat 1. He's like hyper fixated, like obsessively so, on this painting. Yeah. No. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
As much as we wish to leave, unfortunately, Lord Beset is the reason we've come here.
Is he in this room?
He's in the glass.
Yes, like at the center of this like inventor's chamber, a giant like circular, kind of what you guys saw before, a giant circular glass tube with no obvious entrance, with Bjurhaze Beset floating with like some kind of like levitation with his head bowed, fully unconscious.
I understand that, but if we don't play our cards right now, we're going to die. I have almost no magic left right now. And that's all I can offer. Okay?
I look over Winterskaki. Is this creature a fighter?
He put me and the orc in there.
Then I look over at Higgy. Is there a place where we may find rest in this castle?
I'll do a quick history check for Higgy. And the reason I'm doing a check is because Higgy had to like run through this place as fast as possible.
Guidance.
All right. Can you go ahead and roll that? I don't have a D4 with me. Go ahead and just roll that for me.
You don't have a D4 with you.
I do not.
Not scientifically possible.
2.
Awesome. Higgy gets a dirty 20. Higgy looks over and says, "There are servants' quarters deeper into the mountains that are away from this central chamber where we could find rest, along with a library, Bjurhaze's personal chambers. But wherever we go, there will be paintings everywhere."
Where are the servants then?
I don't know. No one was here when I got here.
Lord Beset must have family members, other nobles in this castle.
Go ahead and give me a history check, Shuri. And also, Hawthor, give me one as well.
Is this what,
The trend continues. 6.
is this about Fae Fiend or Undead?
No, it would not be.
Okay, 23.
Holy shit, you were wondering if it was about Fae Fiend or Undead.
Just, I always wanted to ask so I can get advantage.
Hathor, you kind of connecting with like the more like common people of this nation. You really haven't anyone talk. You've heard about Bierhaze Beset. You've heard about him a lot. People talk about like the lords and they're like larger kind of like soap opera dramas. But Cherie, you've been working for the LaCroix for the last 5 years. And of course, like in this like feudal society, basically, the objective is to like secure your family's like name and the bloodline to be in rule for as long as possible, basically. And the LaCroix have 9 fucking kids. They're like they have been just pumping out potential heirs. You think about the Dubois, the Renoirs. You think about the Entrees. Oddly enough, when you think about the Besets, you can't remember any kind of mention about Bierhaze having any kind of children. In fact, you can't even remember any mention of Bierhaze's parents or siblings. Not only does it seem to you, like, at least from what you're remembering, not only does it seem like Bierhaze is an only child, at least from, like, the history that you've absorbed, kind of, like, just being in contact with these families, it seemed that Bierhaze just popped up out of nowhere one day.
I'll go over to where Wax is laid down, shake him awake.
He pops up. Yeah, he looks at you.
Your magic. I point to the case.
Fine. And Wax is going to do something that Kate and Moss and Darby all confirmed beforehand. At least was Moss in on this?
No, only Darby and I talked about it in the car.
Okay, no problem. So Kate and Darby did confirm this beforehand.
Like, my eyes start going cross-eyed, they start drifting apart as I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah. As Wax in a great little like magical Wax and Cherie and Hathor like being these incredibly advanced magical users, you can see the scratch marks clawed into this glass by Higgy and by Set trying to somehow get Bierhaze out. Not sure what's going on here. And you realize that like most likely this glass is just in D&D terms impenetrable, is impossible to be broken, and probably has some kind of like magical like some kind of magical incantation on it that prevents misty stepping or dimension dooring inside. However, Mage Hand has an interesting property where it can appear wherever you can see. Now, I have to ask about what the plan... And actually, Kate, I want you to describe to me what happens here. I'll let you describe the spell, because...
You guys are so smart.
Set is locked in...
This is Darby's idea, not mine.
Set is locked into this painting right now, and I will be making a perception check to see if he notices what happens here. But what, but what do you want to do?
What Darby came up with, this is their idea, I will not take credit for it, was to use the Mage Hand to open up the locket so that we could see what the painting is inside, and then I guess go from there. Perhaps maybe work with Setbo and then volunteer ourselves to go in and then come out through Beset's locket, mayhaps.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do then. As this Mage Hand is cast, as the locket just ever so slightly just opens up on Bierhaze's chest, it is like a mouse's whisper of how quiet it is. But I'm still going to make a check for Setbo to see if he recognizes the locket being open. Okay?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check right now. And I want you to beat a dirty 20.
Me?
Yep. With advantage, you got a 2 and a 16, plus 4 with perception. And the reason for advantage, keen hearing. And he can, and so with a dirty 20, so go ahead and give me a stealth check, beat a dirty 20.
Guidance.
Am I using my modifier? Or I can pull up Wax's character sheet.
I don't know.
And just...
You know what? Let's use it. What's your stealth modifier?
Well, my stealth modifier is a +2, but because I'm wearing medium armor, I make stealth checks with disadvantage.
We're gonna forgo that. Go ahead and just roll straight. Just roll with guidance 1d20 +2. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. 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 21.
You're
Yeah.
you are joking.
15 on the die, 4 on the guidance, +2.
Setbo is obsessed with these paintings, obsessed with his own work. And you look at this like looming figure. I'll say with that, because that's such an insane... Of course, we're going to do that. Sherieto Pavalakwa was kind of on the nose, with the tarot card of the Chariot being this intense drive to complete one's own goal. Because you just beat that check, I'm going to let you know what tarot card Setbo is based on. And my own interpretation of it, okay?
Okay.
Where is it? Setbo is based on the tarot card of death. Now, for those that do not know, and of course my interpretation can be different than others, the Death Tarot card, at least within my own research, represents closing a chapter in your life, moving on. There it is, exactly. Now, of course, that is my basic understanding of someone that doesn't actively practice tarot. However, Setbo is a corruption of that idea, in the way that he is based on the exact opposite. You imagine, look at all these paintings all around you, all of them unfinished, every single one. Setbo is unable to move on. He is unable to close a chapter in his own life. And so all of his work must remain unfinished, because once you finish a piece of art, there is no more modifying it. Understood?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And with that, the locket is able to be opened ever so slightly. Now, will the mage hand close the locket once again, what you guys have seen, what's on this painting, like within the locket?
I think so, because Setbo wants to go in there, because supposedly that's where the castle stone dragon is.
Yes.
Then yes.
Okay, understood. You're all able to move. Again, Setbo being so fucking locked into this painting right now, he misses his opportunity to have his problem solved. As you guys are able to move up to the glass, and every single one of you, Scooby Gang style, are able to peer inside and look at the floating beer haze and look at his locket as it opens up. And what you're able to see inside is a bit strange. A bit of a hook of a mystery that might be uncovered a bit during this session. But you're able to see a painting, or sorry, like, you know, a painting within the locket, a painting of a girl. A girl only 18 years old, not that old at all. She's dressed in simple, basic servant wear. And although she is, like, pretty, she looks normal. She has brown hair, blue eyes, she has, like, Caucasian skin. But you're able to notice that she has a locket around her neck. And she, in this locket painting, she is smiling and full of joy and youthful and healthy looking, but just a normal-looking human girl.
Is there anything else? Like, Sherry wants to do her best to get like a photographic memory of this painting.
Okay. There was one small rule about the painting mechanics that we didn't really go into.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe we did, and this is kind of like a slight addition to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think you did it with your sword, actually. And you realize something. These paintings can have objects placed inside of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it is very possible that if this stone dragon is within this locket, that there is a painting within this painting, and Bjurhaze hid it in a place that no one would think to look. Which also would mean that this portrait of this girl must be magical. But with that, that is all the information you can glean as the locket then and click shut.
Can only the bat folk create these kinds of paintings that we're able to go into, or can it be recreated?
Ooh, go ahead and give me, both of you can give me an investigation roll.
Fae Fiend Undead?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
My dice flew. Hold on.
Blue! Blue! Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 to 13. With the history that Winterscott Key told you, you realize something. Set Bow is basically a man out of time. He's been doing this for however old he is now. He's 800 years old.
Yeah.
Meaning that not all of the paintings surrounding, like basically just completely infecting this castle, not all of them have to be recent. If it is true that this Fey memorabilia, these creations have been bastardized and turned into like decorations or like pieces, like story time pieces, it's possible that some magical paintings existed before Set Bow was ever here. So not only, and actually give me, I'm gonna say give me a perception check with advantage, Shuri, because you want to kind of like you want to make an exact photograph of this locket, like this, like of everything in this painting, basically.
Yeah. Another dirty 20.
Another dirty 20. Shuri, you would know this because it's a fantasy to you. Perhaps. Perhaps there is some part of you at some point in the last few years that in your relationship with Palm, it's been like a fantasy of like, what if we made the situationship official? What if we like took our love to the next level? Again, you guys can't do that for countless like manner kind of like proprietary behavior kind of reasons. But it's like, oh, what if we had portraits made? What if we took a trip? What if we had special lockets? And as you look at this locket as it closes, you notice a detail that you didn't see before. There's an engraving on this locket. NB. And you get the sense, Shuri, that this locket is not just a sole personal token, but is rather a part of a pair.
Is that between us? No.
What do you mean?
Like, what is between us is French name?
Oh. No, I think it's this locket's part of a pair with whoever this girl is in the painting.
That is
Walter.
Yeah.
Walter. Winterscott Key talked about like the old stories of like tavern or like servant girls being made princesses and stuff, and so.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Between us is true name is Untrainu.
Got it.
I can
that
confirm
right,
that
Drew?
in 1 second. Sorry. It is right. Hold on. Looking through my notes real quick. Entre nous. Yes.
Mhm. Gotcha. I relay that information to everyone. The thread of thought that Cherie's going with this is that she'll look to Heggy and gesture to his paint. Well, he's soaked now, but I did see him once covered in paint.
Yeah.
Can you recreate this?
He looks at you and says, "No, I can't. I believe that these paintings have magic because of what he's able to do. But if that locket up there is magical, and if it's part of a pair, we might be able to find the other half."
Then we should do that.
Beer Hayes' chambers, the servant quarters, the banquet hall. There are like several hearths dotted around. There are storage rooms. There's a crypt. Where would you want to start?
The library.
The library, yes. Would you want me to lead us there?
Didn't you serve in his castle?
I was on a protection detail escorting him from Jolie Pierre over to Castle Untitled for the Harvest Festival.
I see. Nevertheless, lead the way.
Come. And Higgy, like I'm talking, you guys are going at like half a mile an hour. You guys are moving at like this speed. Like trying to make no noise whatsoever as you guys move a annoyingly short distance away from the R&D chamber. As Set Bow finishes his painting, he looks up and goes, "Something moved somewhere." And is just going to continue trouncing around the castle, creating paintings. But again, remember, you still gotta be quiet. You still gotta be very, very quiet. As Higgy takes you, again, first time you guys have been in Jolie Pierre, this castle is fucking ridiculous. Cave systems linking to other cave systems, some natural, some artificial. These large tunnels, these enormous kind of like rounded like cave formations acting as rooms. You guys twist and turn, and again, it is insane. Paintings, hundreds of them. Now you've seen thousands of them. They're on the walls, they're on the ceiling of every situation imaginable. All of them having this kind of like moving, strange aspect of every environment you could possibly think of. And as you guys are moving through these tunnels, give me a quick perception check.
Wait. 12.
12?
19.
Hathor, I think you recognize it because your ears are trained to recognize calls of distress. And as you look over, you are able to see a bird's eye view, like top down painting that's depicting like a map of a farm, basically, with like large wheat fields, like large olive trees, a barn, a main like ranch house, things like that. And you're able to see at least like 30 people within this painting, like moving around, tilling the earth, making food and everything. And as you peer closer at the painting, you're able to recognize they aren't in like farmer wear. They're not in like work gear. Rather, these people in this painting seem to be in royal robes, and they seem to be in servants' clothing. And as you look into this painting, look even closer, you see that they are like largely unwashed, and they built like campfires in places that don't make any sense. And then as you look closer, you realize these aren't native parts of the painting. These people were placed inside. And you're able to recognize some servants of the castle of Jolie Pierre. Where are all the people? Well, Set Beau took the warriors and put them inside of a war painting. He took the servants and put them inside of a calm painting.
How big is this painting?
It's probably like 3 feet by 3 feet.
Gently take it off the wall and then take it with us.
Okay. And as you just kind of carry it with you, and as you like keep carrying it with you, again, 30 people in this painting right here. As you look around, you realize like you start seeing it's like, oh, one over there, one over there, one over there, and you see 10 people there, 15 there, 40 there, and you realize that Set Beau went throughout this castle and entrapped every single person that worked here in different paintings to keep them from making noise.
Can I just... I'm going to just set them down very gently along the hallway, and I'll be like, I'll be back later.
You're able to see, like, the first one that you picked up, you see, like, you go, I'll be back, and you're able to see the people go, as they start like jumping, because again, you can like just barely hear them. Again, it's like a whisper of a whisper, and they're like, they start kind of like fanning like SOS on the fire, basically.
I like give a thumbs up, and I what I do, I like take out a tiny piece of paper and I say, I see you. We see you. Rescue coming soon. Hold tight. And I crumple it up into a tiny little paper airplane and I throw it in the plate.
You put in the painting, and like just from the perspective, it's like the size of the painting, and then it and just like shrinks down until it, and you see one guy just go, and they start giving you confirmation.
Cool, and then I'll just do that to like each one.
Okay, got it. Give me a quick stealth check.
I don't do that to each one.
Okay, got it. Okay, yeah. Because I was like, I'm going to rip paper and crumple it and throw it into each painting.
Like you're in the movie theater and you're opening snacks.
You got one of those like fucking cellophane bags of chocolate popcorn or whatever.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Somebody's eating a whole carrot behind you.
As you what the fuck? It's like, who brought this horse into this movie theater? You give like a quick thumbs up. They all acknowledge that, and you realize like, oh shit, we got some people to save too. But again, like none of these people are starving. Like it doesn't seem like Set Beau put them on like a pirate ship in the middle of a horrible storm. They're gonna die, and it says okay, they have food, they have water, they have like housing. Like they should be okay, at least for like the immediate future. Okay.
Gotcha.
Got it. And you guys head down to the library. As you guys are able to and then kind of like close like a heavy wooden door behind you. Higgy and like Winterscott look over and they go, okay, I think we have enough distance. We can talk at a normal volume. Just don't destroy anything. We should be fine.
Okay.
Okay. You guys are in a underground chamber library. Again, stone walls, very kind of like humid, but in like a cool way, like a cool humidity. It's like probably like 45 degrees in here.
Cool guy.
Yeah, I'm a cool guy. I'm a cool guy. And as you like looking around, like again, curved walls, like a curved ceiling, segmented into 2 different levels, with rock flooring kind of like carved in, and these enormous like bookshelves. Again, this is a wizard's castle. Like this is a magical castle. So probably thousands of books kept within here, lit by dwindling torchlight, like as low as it can get before the torches just like extinguish, giving some like a little bit of light so you guys can kind of see where you're going if you really squint and pay attention. Okay. All right. So you guys are in the library now. What's the plan? What do you guys want to look for?
I want to gently tug on Cherie's like sleeve, like behind it, like sleight of hand, like do it as subtly as possible. And then I will say we should probably split up to just cover as much ground as we possibly can. Since you two, like, and I'll point to Walter Scott Key. Winter, Jesus Christ!
My name's not Walter.
Walter.
Yeah, I'll call you the right name when you stop calling me a half-breed, okay?
Got it, half-breed, no problem.
Yeah, all right, Walter. And I will point to him and Higgy and be like, listen, you guys get that side over there. Me and Sheree will get this side. We'll reconvene in like 30 minutes. And then I find like a beanbag chair or some shit and like some soft stuff, and I say, kiddos, here you go. I like try and find like an age appropriate book, which is so not going to happen.
Just go ahead and give me a D20
I
roll.
pull out the comic books. I pull out the comic books from my bag and I say, here you go. Be quiet.
Whoa! They immediately, they're like, shit, pictures? Oh, sorry, shoot, pictures? And they start reading through it.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome.
They're immediately, Winter Scott Key goes, no swearing, what are you doing?
What? Let them express themselves. They've been through a lot.
Chloe, the younger one, flips off her dad, and Winter goes, no, and walks away.
I give a fist bump.
Okay, they fist bump you. They go, you're cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I like give them some snacks.
Okay.
Some quiet snacks.
There.
And I say, hey, just be quiet. Chill out. We'll be back in a bit.
They're just gonna be in the library. Okay, so you guys splitting up, awesome. It's gonna be individual roles for both of you. What are you both looking for?
So I was having it so it's Cherie and I looking together.
Oh, okay, so it's like Higgy and Winter Scott Key are gonna go on their own.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo style.
Okay,
split
no
up,
problem.
gang.
Let's split up, gang.
Got it. So Higgy and Winter Scott Key
Do
will
you
go
ever think... Sorry, do you ever think when friends like, let's split up, gang, do you ever think Shaggy just snaps and goes, all right, fucking asshole, what do you think we should do? Where should we split up?
a little bit, yeah. Okay, so you're both looking for information about this, like, servant girl, right?
Yeah.
Or are you looking
Yeah.
for, like, what else are you looking for?
Yeah.
I guess because this is a wizard's castle, so I guess anything with like how to identify a magical painting, like what sets it aside from normal ones. Because if we're looking for, or if there are paintings in this library that might have been previously magical before Setbo got here.
Yeah. I'm looking, because I'm thinking wizard, library is the most important part. Where do you hide? If you're hiding it in plain sight, you're also going to hide it in a place you frequent the most. And so, I'm looking for paintings. I'm looking for anything that might, maybe has an illusion over it, like a painting that, like, is made to look like another painting or anything like that.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Go ahead and both of you can give me perception or investigation checks.
What do you add to either?
I add a +7 to perception.
I will give you the help action on this.
Okay.
Ooh. Can I give guidance to myself retroactively?
I'll allow that, yeah.
Okay, thank you. You're very kind. Okay, 19.
With a 19, older paintings that weren't necessarily made by Setbo. And Moss and Kate, I'm going to ask you a question very quickly. How can you identify a painting that was made by Setbo?
It's not finished.
It's not finished, exactly. You're looking for, because again, hundreds and hundreds of paintings in here already, and it's like, oh wait, we don't need to look at the paintings. We need to look for canvas. If we can't see canvas, he didn't make it. And you come up to like a sitting area. A sitting area that has like, proper chairs, like a little side table with a little like candle holder, basically. You're able to see like cups and plates. The cups full of like rotten coffee and like just crumbs and food scattered everywhere. Again, people were just blitzkrieged by this fucking bat and didn't have any time to react. And you're able to see a painting on this like sitting area as like a nice little decoration. and you're able to look and see that it's a painting of like an old school, like Moss, you did art history, like an 1830s painting of like a kitchen, like a staff area, basically.
Are we talking about Baroque era
Yeah,
style
yeah,
paintings?
Baroque paintings, exactly.
Sure. Okay.
It's like a Baroque painting of like
Post-Renaissance?
yeah, male
Caravaggio?
and male and female chefs in like it's like it's not for me to talk about. It has enough mustard, Moss. Thank you. That just fucking,
It's enough slices.
it's enough slices. that was a Never Stop Blowing Up reference, by the way. Like male and female chefs in like bonnets and like aprons, like in the middle of like moving like bread and cheese and meats, just kind of like getting things ready. Just like a great little slice of life of what people may experience while working in a castle such as this, like such a large operation. And Hawthorne and Shri, you guys walk up to it, and you're able to notice this painting is magical in some way. In what way, you can't identify, but it's like, oh, that shimmer. That reminds you of that, like, camera-esque painting that the, fucking, what were their names?
Candle.
What?
The torch. The torch, or the little door.
So it reminds you of the Pavel Castle and, like, the painting that you and Higgy spoke through. Like, a magical effect similar, like, somewhere in that kind of vein.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. And does it seem like we could go through this one, or?
You touch the painting, and as you touch it, you're able to see one of the servant women, like one of the chefs, looks over and goes, "What will be the order today, sir?"
Information.
I don't think we have any food named information. And the servant moves back. It seems that you're gonna have like some kind of passphrase, some kind of like secret code to activate this effect properly.
Oh shit! If only Berceau was here, he'd know what Beer Hayes had regularly.
Yeah.
And you're like, funny that you mentioned that, and then we shift to the 4-person screen.
Bit of a problem with having a friend get a night job and just kind of screw things up. But I will actually ask both of you, as players, we'll say it trickles down. You guys have had a lot of time to talk about this as characters. What was the first scene of Beer Hayes Beset that we saw?
It was a wine tasting, right?
Exactly.
Yes. Wait.
Wait. No.
Yeah, well, we should roll while we're doing this.
There was no like specific vintage given, but the answer was wine. It seemed that Beer Hayes liked wine.
Mm-hmm.
Liked red wine.
Indeed.
I'll tap on the painting again.
What can I get for you today, sir?
Gesture to Hawthorne.
The usual red, vintage.
Coming right up, sir. Not a problem. And the servant, within the painting, moves behind another servant woman, her head being blocked off, and she becomes paint once again, and the painting then and becomes almost like translucent, and you can kind of see through it. And you realize that this painting worked as like a magical barrier to a secret cubby behind it. And as you look into the secret cubby, you're able to notice books that have been hidden from the rest of the library.
Ooh.
I'll start pulling books.
You start pulling out books. As you start pulling out books, you pull out the one on the top, and it's the most recent. They're all leather-bound, proper. Mm-hmm. First one, labeled Beer Hayes Beset. Awesome. Very recent. You put there are 8 in total. Thick leather-bound books. Second one, older. The leather is dried. The pages are kind of like being eaten at a little bit. Beer Hayes Beset. Pull out the third one. Older than that one. The 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, until you get to the 8th, the bottom one. This book is falling apart. The leather is deteriorating from age. The pages are borderline falling apart. As in, like, unless you treat this with like the amount of care that you give like a surgery, these things will crumple in from the moisture of your fingers, basically. And you're able to see that each one of these is labeled a Beer Hayes Beset.
And he's a wizard, right?
He's a wizard, yes.
Can I make an Arcana check to see what wizards are capable of? Because Moss knows. But would Hathor know?
I'm going to say no, just kind of like to impress with the mystery here. But I think you're going to be able to put it together probably from these books.
Okay.
Okay. Which one do you want to crack open first?
The second oldest, I'd say. Or do we want to do the oldest?
Like, not the most oldest, the one before that.
Yeah. Because if the oldest one looks like it's about to fall apart.
Right. I was thinking maybe the most recent one.
Okay.
Yeah, let's start with the most recent.
Okay. You pull the most recent one out, and you're able to see this is a collection of successful inventions, potions, and magical items. Successfully invented potions, magical items, magical weapons, and magical incantations that have been done by Jolie Pierre. Similar to a ledger, like again, it's a wizard. It's very like clerical information, but more as like a personal inventor's log more than it is a we sent 4 breastplates over to Uduz, like, you know what I mean? It's like today I discovered this, tomorrow I discovered that, like things like that. And as you look inside, you're able to see the date that this book was like created, like it's basically a design document of like EST and then a year. And you're able to see that this was established, that this book is roughly maybe 95 years old, just about.
How old is Bierhaze?
Old man, about 90, 95.
Must be like a long lineage. I've never seen like a child just be named the name of the parent without like the second or the third, you know. And so
I go for the second oldest. Yeah.
You pull it open. Again, a ledger of personal invention, Bierhaze Basset, established about 200 years ago.
The second oldest?
Oh, are we going for the... sorry, do you want the most recent or the oldest?
The first was the most recent, and then now we're looking at not the one that's about to fall apart, the one before that.
The one before that? As you crack this thing open, it's like brittle pieces of like sugar glass, but you know, like not crumpling in your hands, but almost there.
Mm-hmm.
A preserved tome of, again, labeled Bierhaze Basset, established 700 years ago.
Is this guy like a fucking immortal? What the?
Can I make an Arcana check on this?
As Winterscott, Key, and Higgy kind of reunite with you guys, you're gonna get advantage on that Arcana check. As they come to you with a book labeled like the Basset family history. And this book looks like it has been like modernized, you know, older kind of language, but like rewritten so that it's not falling apart like some of these like more private tomes. And they go, we found something kind of strange. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check with advantage.
Okay, Joey.
Guidance.
Thank you. That's cocked. Jesus. I'm gonna use inspiration that I was given last night.
Okay.
So I just reroll one of them?
Yep.
Okay. 14.
With a 14, wizards can truly be capable of anything. And to imagine, because, you know, it's common knowledge, druids in this world, when they hit level 15 or whatever, just basically stop aging for 1,000 years. Like for every 10 years they live, it's like 1 year basically.
Yeah.
So they can live to be like 900 or like 1,000 years old. You don't know exactly what's going on, but you're like, oh, something magical has to be taking place. Has Bjerhae's Beset stopped aging? And then Higgy and Winterscott Key come up to you guys, and they have a tome labeled The Family History of the Besets. And they crack it open, and there are only 2 entries. It's an insane, like, story written out to, like, fill up the pages. But in terms of recording actual people, there's only 2. Only 2 written down. And you're able to see that the first entry in this in this family history tome, her name is Ottille Beset. Ottille Beset. And underneath, like, her, like, underneath her name, it's like the first Lord of Jolie Pierre. Master Inventor, Master Craftsman, all of the pleasantries.
First Lord, period?
First Lord, period, of Jolie Pierre.
So this is Beset's great grandmother?
Do you keep investigating the tome, or do you...
Yeah.
And as you flip the page, you're able to see the second Lord of Jolie Pierre. Her son, Bjerhae's Beset.
Oh. And there's no entry with someone with the initials NB.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check, both of you. It can be with one of you, can help the other if you want. But go ahead and see if you can find any kind of reference to that.
I'll give Cherie advantage because my investigation so
okay, got it.
Ay.
Ay, caramba.
I'm gonna flip my coin. 18.
Oh, with an 18. Again, this family history is more written like a story, like a fairy tale, than it is like an actual, like just like a pure historical almanac. And so what you're able to find within is a brief mention of like random servants that happen to like spend more time with I just want to make sure I get the name right again. Ottille or with Bjerhae's. And you don't see NB anywhere. You don't see any people mentioned with NB. But you do recognize one name that comes up as like someone that Bjerhae's like being like, oh, and like of the servant class of the kitchens in service to the in service to the lords of Jolie Pierre, you see a name as Nina. You don't see a last name though, but just with the first initial of N.
And is this like a common folk, noble, or
basic servant woman? There's no description of her looks. There's no description of her profession. Just one small footnote in history before not being mentioned again for the rest of the story.
And what context is she mentioned in?
With an 18-year-old, recognize that she's mentioned in the first half of Bjerhae's story. Well, like his childhood underneath his mother Ottille, and kind of how like she worked along like the personal staff of the kitchen crew, of the cleaning crew, things like doing like odd jobs like just to maintain the order of the castle. But then as Bjerhae's story, as he then begins to age, she isn't mentioned anymore. And then Bjerhae's story ends with, and Bjerhae's ascended to take command of Jolie Pierre, and the book ends. And there's nothing else basically past that.
Oh. how so there's no lords after him. Could he still be the Lord? Could he have ascended to now be the Lord for 800 years? But there's 8 books. Like, 8 versions of him.
I turned to Winter Scott Key. 800 years ago. Oh no, sorry. The humans killed the Fae 800 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
This means that if Lord Bjorhaze did not kill Setbo himself, he was alive for it.
Woof. And wait. Remember at the last castle we had, I can't.
Forte.
How oh god, what his dad?
Alwyn Pavel.
Alwyn Pavel, yeah.
Yes, he was talking about how Bjorhaze's mind was going, and how he kept thinking it was like a different time, or how like you know he was saying things like hasn't it been that like Bjorhaze like would predict the future, or what was it?
I believe it was unclear.
Yes.
What he's made statements, and it's unclear as to where they happened in the past or they are to occur.
I think it's things that have happened in the past. Maybe with the Fae coming back, it's kind of like brought the front of the story and front page and the last page together to touch in ways that I don't know.
Did the painting went away to reveal the cubby, or like it like swung open to
like
reveal?
You can put your hand through it basically. It's like transparent basically.
But can I look at the painting of like the like kitchen staff, and do I see anyone that looks like the painting in Beset's locket?
You exactly can.
Also, gribbity.
As you look at the painting more closely, tucked away in a corner, seen by almost no one, could be easily overlooked, a small detail. But again, Cherie wanted to have an exact memory of the locket. You're able to see, working in the kitchen, unmoving, not the like activation person of this painting, but you're able to see the woman that you saw in the locket. Young, 18 years old. Actually, sorry. 17, 18 years old, in the back kneading bread.
Does she have a locket on?
She does not have a locket on, no.
Okay.
Does she have a ring on her finger?
She does not have a ring on her finger, no.
Okay. Oh, because Beset is wearing her locket?
Inscribed with her initials, yes.
Inscribed with her initials.
Made by her for him.
I see, okay. And in the painting of her, she is wearing a locket.
In the painting made by her, a reflection of her, she's wearing a locket, yes.
Okay. Are we able to go into this painting?
You are not, no.
Okay.
Different kind of magical painting.
I see. Okay.
Okay.
Then perhaps the kitchens are where we should look for more information, if not the missing pair.
Go ahead and give me a quick investigation check. You guys are on the right track, but I just want to make sure I'm not wasting your time here.
Fey Fiend Undead?
No.
No.
Poo.
Poo.
The trend continues as a 3.
What is it? Investigation?
Yes.
23.
With a 23, with all the information you've put together so far, Ottilie Beset, the first Lord of Jolie Pierre. Untrue, revisionist history, but it has to be at least 800 years old. Bierhaze Beset, her son, again, 800 years ago, if your theories are true. If this history has to be true in some way of this girl Nina appearing sometime during Bierhaze's story. And again, the story goes that he was a boy, he grew up, he ascended, he took over when his mother passed, and then he ruled over the castle. But if he was a boy, and if Nina appeared while he was a boy, then Nina probably died 750 years ago. Now, a servant, a footnote in history, sadly, the
crypt,
in-depth, kind of construction of all of this, you wouldn't be looking where there'd be anybody that is alive.
I think we should look in the crypt. If they were important, they'd be buried there.
That makes sense. Did we want to rest before, or cover our bases and then rest after?
I need to rest.
Then we will rest.
We don't.
All right.
We will rest and investigate the crypts. Come tomorrow.
Okay.
Hickey and Winterscott, Key, both give you guys thumbs up. Emma and Chloe thumbs up as well. And Hickey's able to lead you guys into like a servant's bed chamber, basically. Basically bunk cots so that everybody can have like an individual place to sleep in the same room, so you guys aren't scared in case Set Bo freaks out and wants to in case any one of you farts in your sleep and he comes for your ass. You guys are able to.
You're a snorer.
Is there anything else that want to be covered before we long rest and end the session?
Once everyone is settled, I do want to find a corner to pull Hathor aside.
Okay. Emma, Chloe, Winter, and Higgy all settle in, and you two are able to find a private corner to chat.
I don't wish to keep you up for longer than you already have been. But I must ask. And I put my hand over my heart. What happened here?
Your heart?
Yours.
I'd say I don't know what you're talking about. I am a poor liar.
I spoke to a demon that knew your name.
Oh, you. I was hoping in the moment before I lost consciousness that it was just my nightmares telling me you had seen her.
Hathor. I'm not angry with you. I just wish to know what happened.
What did she say to you?
She said she was a collector and she seemed to think that I carried what she's been asking from you, but I don't know what she was referring to.
Can I make a religion check, Drew? I want to put my hand over her heart.
Go ahead and give me a religion check. And I'm going to say give it to me with advantage.
Oh, damn it! I'm going to flip my coin.
Yeah, I think in this moment.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's a 16.
With a 16, as you and Cherie are able to find a private corner in these like larger chambers, you place your hand on Cherie's heart. And I'm going to say just for this scene that your back is to the wall and Cherie's like imposing like body is kind of like shielding you from the rest of the room. Complete privacy. And as you place your hand on Cherie's heart, you look over Cherie's shoulder, like around her body, and you're able to see the angel that appeared to you in the clouds as you were flying your way towards the Cloud Giant's palace. And the angel, again, just beautiful, simple, is looking at you wordlessly and is just smiling very gently and nodding. And as your hand is against Cherie's heart, you, Hathor, always emanate this fiery, pink, passionate energy. And as you tap into your religious beliefs of Aphrodite, you can feel some of your own energy resonate out from Cherie's heart.
Oh goodness.
You're also a little bit quiet.
Oh,
Just
okay,
a little bit.
thank you. Oh goddess. Okay. Oh. You have to promise. You. I don't know if it would be better if you didn't know, or and you just see like this agony in her eyes, just this utter like both terror with a little bit of relief, with mostly just she looks so lost. I guess just to start with saying don't die, cuz I think I might die in your place. I don't play by the same rules as most mortals. My parents aren't exactly, you know, Dale and Stacy down the street. I think my soul is attached to your body right now. I lost it several months ago, and it was me and my mother. We discovered it was in Allatour, and so I came here to find it. And I don't know how to get it back in my body. That is the biggest secret of my life. Please do not tell anyone.
Who would I tell?
I don't know. The LaCroix? I don't.
Your secret is safe with me, Hathor.
I guess a soul like mine is pretty powerful for certain rituals and magic, and so I've been trying to find it before anyone else does.
How did you lose your soul?
It was the most normal day of my life. I was in the arbor and seeing, like, going around saying hello to people and getting pastries for the temple, doing absolutions, and the next day my mother, she just said something was missing, and I didn't even feel it leave.
Hathor, as you tell that story, on a nat 20 perception, wandering over to both of you, being shaken out of his sleep, Higgy walks up and hears that you are in distress. And Shuri kind of like muscles up next to you in a way, like you're immediately, Shuri, able to recognize this deep, intense love between, like, that Higgy has for Hathor, and walks up and comes up to you, Hathor, and goes, "Are you all right? I heard your voice straining, like when you're upset."
She's fine.
Higgy's brow immediately furrows, and he whips his head over to look at you, Shuri, and goes, "I didn't want to intrude. I just wanted to make sure." And Higgy will just take your hand very quickly and just squeeze it. Just a quick symbol of love. And in this 1 second, as he touches your hand and squeezes it, you look over his shoulder and you look towards the angel that you saw in the clouds, nodding slowly towards you, as you feel that pink, hot, passionate energy coming from him as well.
Oh.
He lets go of your hand, he turns, and he gives you your privacy once again.
Okay. Oh God, it was so obvious.
And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
No! No! What the fuck?
Ladies and gentlemen, we all having a good time?
Oh yeah.
Yes, 2
Oh,
hours no break
yeah.
like the olden days. What are we fucking doing? Look at
Oh
this.
God, we forgot to take a break.
We did. We got locked the fuck in with some mystery.
Yeah.
So
Oh, God.
Jolie Pierre kind of following up on everything. Yes, Hathor's stuff. Hathor's stuff.
Yeah. Allatour doesn't have a soul in her body.
What the fuck?
And it's attached to you, Shuri.
And Higgy.
And Higgy.
Yeah, something that I wanting to fully honor what Moss and I have been talking about for so long. The moment that Cherie pledged herself to Hathor, in my brain, because I think with Moss and I was talking, it was like, oh, Cherie has Hathor's soul, and in my head,
Yeah.
I'm like, absolutely not. Hathor's love is not restrained to just one person. Why would her soul act in the same way?
Yeah.
Your soul is currently in two
I could
separate
tell you
parts.
I could tell you the exact moment that her soul went clomp and just launched it. And it was when Cherie, in a very quiet voice, went, "I could stay."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Heather has 2 hands.
She's got one soul.
Yeah. And also, Yeah, everybody, I'll admit to it. Sometimes you go for the easy stuff. We're setting up a love triangle, an Edward and Jacob kind of thing.
It's more like a love parabola.
Yeah.
Because in a true love triangle,
Yeah.
it was a true love triangle. Jacob would have a crush on Edward, and
Yeah,
Edward have a crush on
exactly.
Bella, and Bella would have a crush
Yeah, no,
on...
it's a love V. It's a love
Yeah.
V. So yeah.
But yeah.
And also, Pure Haze Beset lore.
Yeah.
Ooh, T. Jacob. Nah.
You know
what?
Shariato-
I'm very specifically team movie Edward.
Yeah. Also, Hathor. No, sorry, not Hathor. Shariato would. Well, I guess Hathor and Whack should be Team Jacob because they're both fucking werewolves.
Yeah.
So- which I have not forgotten about. I just haven't had the opportunity to use it yet.
Yeah.
So.
Gotta get people out of his fucking dungeon so he can fix my friends.
Yeah. But what's going on with him?
Please,
I
this motherfucker.
And also, who was Nina and what's going on there?
Also, he does age. He's an old man
Yeah,
He
right
does
now.
age, yes.
But maybe he stopped at a certain point.
But I feel like there would be like history books be like, or like current times be like, this beer is beset. He's been 95 for 700 years.
Yeah.
Because I thought I mean, Nina has to be important to him. Otherwise, why would he have her picture? Why would he still have a locket she made for him and have a picture of her in it after all these years? So I think there was something going on. If they were not married, something.
Yeah.
Which could mean nothing. Which could mean nothing.
Potentially. But also, like, it's just this, because I was thinking about, like, oh, what should I do for Jolie Pierre? Like, because I've thought of so many cool fucking combats that we could have, and, like, of like, if you give me, like, with these mechanics, paintings that can represent anything that pose real danger is, like, a DM's wet dream for combat, because I can do anything that I want and make it as crazy as possible, and it doesn't have to make sense. And in the back of my head, I went, but at the end of the day, it wouldn't make sense. And I'd much rather we have that one bombastic battle to rescue Higgy and Winterscott Key, and have the rest of this dungeon be very intimate and in line with Set Bow, Pure Haze Beset, the themes of this castle, rather than go full crazy. Palm the Fist is for full crazy. I gotta keep my kids separated, so yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I'm still hooked up because that was because it was like Drew and I sat down and we were like, Cherie has a big secret, Wax has a big secret, Hathor needs a big secret, and so
The cleric got no soul.
Cleric does have a soul, it's just not in her body right now.
Well, because you ain't got soul.
Well,
you ain't got soul.
You know those videos of like my dog when she sees men, my dog when she sees my boyfriend, and it's like the dog like wiggling in excitement.
Yeah.
That's just Hathor's soul to Cherie and Higgy.
Yeah. And so and like we haven't really talked about the fact where it's like, if Cherie or Higgy die, what would happen to Hathor?
Yeah.
I don't really know, but
I think Hathor would just go down like a sack of spuds, just
potentially.
Yeah.
And also, I also haven't forgotten about what Moss and I have talked about with like Hathor's soul being very powerful in the way of like, because like a cleric soul is like, I mean, I'm not talking about like the inherent worth of people, but in terms of like the actual physical manifestations of power in this world, where clerics having a soul that's connected to a god, like that is an immense power source that can be used, and so we're gonna figure that out going forward. So
Fetch me their souls.
That's a little Whack
The
Ops 2 reference.
one.
Who is the angel that appeared to? I don't remember that.
On the coastline, the one I said who was passive aggressive when I was talking
Oh, right. And they were sent from Aphrodite,
to Aphrodite.
right? And then the collector came around, and you're like, "Hey, this other one you said is weird." And she's like, "I didn't send them."
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So yeah. And so, gonna be another session of mystery, investigation, finding the locket, and then perhaps getting in there as quickly as possible to obtain the dragon and go on from there. But that's going to be for next time. Anything else you want to say before we sign off?
We love you, Darby.
Register to vote.
Register to vote.
Register to vote. We love you, Darby. Get excited. Potentially Paul and Fist tomorrow. We're going to be in contact about that. But McClover and Gab and Jason, thank you guys for coming in and just hanging out for a while, for spending 2 hours with us. Forge Allure, Lurkin, we definitely appreciate that as well. Always appreciate the support. And yeah, just pass the love along to more people. Guys, we're going to be signing off.
We can go raid Critical Role if we want.
We are little, but we are strong.
I don't want.
We're not
that
doing
terrifies
that.
me.
No.
That's hilarious. We're gonna do that eventually.
I just. No one else is online. Oh.
If Forge of Lore ever raids us with 30, we're gonna go, guys, get the pitchforks. We're going to Critical Role, and we're gonna play a game of how quickly can we all get banned from the server. So no,
we could read the Nerdy Playbook. They're currently streaming.
Fuck it, yeah. Never interacted with them once, but I'm always down to make new friends.
They're the first recommended channel I found.
What are they called? Nerdy Playbook?
The Nerdy Playbook. All lowercase, no spaces.
Because I know how this raid's gonna go. We're all gonna be like, we're here, bye.
It's usually how it works. All right. Everybody, get in the car.
Get in the car.
Every of the 3 viewers we have, get in the car.
Yeah.
Sorry, 6 viewers. What am I talking about?
Get in the van.
7.
I'm your Uber driver.
Beep, beep. Hey, my friends of Drawfee, make sure you have your buddy so you don't get lost at the gas station.
Exactly.
Okay?
Well, everybody, thank you for coming to the table. We're going to keep passing the love along. Much love, guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening. So go share Nerdy Playbook. Show them some love, and we'll be catching you guys tomorrow. Peace out, guys. Much love.
Woo! Peace out.